What do you get when you put an Android in the body of a BlackBerry? You get the Priv, pronounced Priv, not Priv, or Priv. A device that's less like Frankenstein's monster and more like a crazy cocktail that nobody would normally consider ordering. Any way you slice it. It wasn't supposed to be this way for BlackBerry, which has clung onto its battered BB10 operating system for almost 3 years. The Priv is intriguing for the simple fact it's not some knockoff or watered-down version of Android baked in. The question, is this a shotgun marriage of convenience, or a matrimonial pairing that could turn heads for the right reasons? Fortunately, it's the latter. We wrote the troubled Canadian phone maker off a couple years ago and told readers, but today, we take it all back. It's a good time to buy a BlackBerry. The slide-out keyboard at the bottom is a key identifier for the Priv, and its presence is divisive. Those who are beholden to their physical keyboards will look at this and get excited. Those who have since moved on to touch keyboards will probably shrug their shoulders. It's a double-edged sword for BlackBerry, because the company's on-screen keyboard is always an option. It's neat that the touch-sensitive gestures introduced on the Passport work on the Priv's physical keyboard, but in an age where SwiftKey and Swipe are readily available, it's not as easy to argue that the hard buttons present an advantage. I count myself as being in that camp, and having always liked BlackBerry's on-screen keyboard, so it was my default choice when using the Priv. Still, there is something very satisfying about that clicking sound when you slide the keyboard open or shut. When opening it and typing right away, there is the choice to either use Google or BlackBerry's device search, which indexes everything that's stored on the phone. The familiar keyboard joins BlackBerry's first use of an OS other than its own, and it's all too easy to cast the Priv off as a last-gasp hybrid. But it's more complicated than that. Unlike in the past where the equation amounted to BlackBerry hardware with a half-open door for Android, BB10 can run Android apps. It's been swung wide open here. Android is now the software landlord, with BlackBerry living in it rent-free. This phone has the Google